Hey guys, so today we have an updated 2018 House prediction. Today is the Thursday, the 1st of November 2018. So, looking at this House map, it's definitely beneficial towards the Democrats. If you look in states like the state of California, there are many Republican Clinton districts, many of them actually, and some of them I have going towards the Democrats, some I have going towards the Republicans. California 48, 49, 10 all going to the Democratic Party, but California 50 and 25 going towards the Republicans. Sorry about that. If we go down into this area, you can see California 49, I have leaning towards the Democrats. 45 and 48 all leaning towards the Democratic Party. But then California 50 with Duncan Hunter, I have leaning towards the Republicans in a tilt Republican district. So yeah, overall pretty good news for the Democrats in the state of California. There you see the final map that I have. I've actually changed it. It's a bit more favorable towards the Republicans. 205 to 230 is my House prediction as of right now. In the Colorado districts, Colorado 6, I have going towards the Democrats. That's a pickup for them. But then in Colorado 3, 3rd Congressional District, it's a likely Republican district. Scott Tipton probably going to go on there and win his seat. If we do go ahead and look at the 3rd district, unfortunately there's no polling data, but pretty good news to the Democrats overall in Colorado. They're likely to pick up the 6th district. There might be an upset in the 3rd district as well. Now, in the state of Florida, there's a lot of key races I want to go over. The 6th district is open, but it's likely to go to the Republicans. Dennis Ross is the incumbent who's retiring in Florida. Just wait for it. 15. There we go. So there's a Republican on the ballot, not the incumbent, but both polls that were done show a tie, but considering that this one does have a Republican incumbent, I do think I would put the slight tilt over towards the Republicans. In the 16th, I don't know if we have any polling data. Sorry, Florida. Oh, yes, we do. So we have some polling data, all of which has been beneficial towards the Republican incumbent, leaning it towards him. In the 26th, one of the hottest contested battleground races, this is Carlos Cuervo's seat. A brand new New York Times poll shows Debbie McCaskill Powell. I keep confusing her with Debbie Wasserman Schultz for some reason. I don't know why. But yeah, the 26th district, I would give the slight tilt over towards the Democrats. Then in the 27th, a definite lean over towards the Democrats. In the state of Georgia, Karen Handel is looking like she could hold on very narrowly for Georgia 6th. Karen Handel versus Lucy McBath. Handel leading by 4, definitely lean it towards the GOP in this hotly contested race from 2017. In the state of Illinois, not that many competitive races. The Illinois 6th, I have going towards the Democrats for a Democratic pickup. So if we go towards the 6th, there we go. Democrat leading by 2 in New York Times poll. That's pretty good news for the Democrat. They're non-incumbent there. In Illinois 14, we might not have any polling data here. Yes, we do. The Republican up 4. I still want to keep it in the tilt Republican column. Then we have the 13th and the 12th. So if we go into Illinois 13, the Republican is up 5, the Republican incumbent. And then in the 12th, The Republican is up 9 in the latest New York Times poll, so pretty good news for pretty much all the Republicans except for the Republican in Illinois 6. Of course, Democrats holding on to all their representatives in Chicago. Now, in Indiana, not many competitive races. I don't want to go over that. Iowa, a lot of competitive races. We have Iowa 4C King, very heavily criticized by the left. Rod Blum is in the fight of his life trying to retain his seat. If we go into Iowa first, I believe it's Iowa first. Yeah, Abby Finkenauer has a 14 in 15 chance of winning that seat. Republican incumbent Rod Blum has 1 in 15. He is looking like one of the most vulnerable Republicans up for election this cycle. In the 3rd district, the Republican a bit more favored than in the 1st, but still the Democratic candidate they're favored in the Iowa 3rd congressional district. Kansas, a lot of competitive races. 2 out of the 4 races are competitive, but both of the competitive races I lean towards Democrats, given the polling data that we've been getting from both of those districts. Kentucky, we have the Kentucky 6th. I'm saying that what's her name? I keep forgetting her name. Kentucky 6th between Barr and McGrath, if I can press on it. The only poll that was done shows Barr leading by 1 in a Trump plus 15, Romney plus 13 district. I think that the energy is on McGrath's side, and I think that she can pull off this upset victory. In Maine, another hotly contested battleground in the 2nd district. Latest poll has come out just today showing the Democrat, they're golden, leading by 1. There you go in the Maine 2nd district. Emerson poll, that's why I'm tilting over towards the Democrats. Michigan, a few competitive races. The 1st district, I think there's a progressive on the ballot, and I think that can help drive out turnout. So I'm moving it over to the likely Republican range there. In the 8th district with Mike Bishop, Michigan 8th. There we go. He's running, but it looks like he's going to narrowly retain his seat. But then in Michigan 11, it looks like the Democrats could pick up this one in the 11th district there. The latest poll has it as a tie, but the poll before that, done by the New York Times, very trustable, shows the Democrat they're leading by 7. Definitely give the lean over towards the Democrats in Michigan 11. Minnesota, a lot of competitive races. I'm actually saying that the Democrats are going to lose a seat in Minnesota. The 8th district, I believe that Rick Nolan, the Democratic incumbent, is retiring. If we go and look at Minnesota 8th. 538 has this as a 1 in 5 chance the Democrat there wins, 4 in 5 chance the Republican wins. Up until here, it was pretty much even. The Democrat took a narrow lead there when it was really good for the Democrats. Started to open up a little bit, but then boom. What happened there? What happened there? I'll tell you what happened there. There was this poll showing by Siena College, New York Times, showing the Republican leading by 15. Excuse me. And that's great news for the Republicans in that district. But then I also have the 2nd and 3rd districts going towards the Democrats. So a net gain of 1 seat there in the state of Minnesota. Missouri, not many competitive races in that one. In Montana, latest poll shows a tie. I'm still leaning it towards the Republicans, given the previous polls show it leaning towards them. In Nebraska, if I can open up our polling and our 538 forecast, it's going to load. In the state of Nebraska, the 2nd district is the competitive one. Kara Eastman is the progressive Democratic challenger. but I actually think that she can pull this one off at the end of the day. If we go into the state of Nebraska, the polling has been really tight. Well, not really, but I think that Trump only won this district by 2, and Don Bacon is definitely a more Trump supporter, and I don't know, I just have this gut feeling that the Democrats are going to pull this one up in the tilt Democratic column. Nevada, a lot of competitive races, but both of them are leaning towards the Democratic candidates there. New Hampshire, as you know, the first district, competitive, but probably going to go to the Democrats. In New Jersey, 11, the Democrats are probably going to take down the Republican incumbent who's been there since 1995, which is definitely something to note. In the 7th district, Leah Lance, probably going to lose that seat. But then in the 3rd district, this is a pure toss-up race. Tom MacArthur could narrowly hold on. In New Mexico, I'm really intrigued by the race in the 2nd district. If we go into the New Mexico, the Republican is tying herself to Donald Trump. I don't know if that's necessarily the best thing. Yoshi Torres Small is trying to appeal to moderates, also trying to also trying to appeal like she's for the people of the New Mexico 2nd district. I've watched both of their campaign ads, and very, very different, I should say. If we go into this one, Mexico 2nd, yeah, it's a pure toss-up. 1 in 2 chance for the Democrat, 1 in 2 chance for the Republicans, within 0.4%. That's something to note there. New York, I have that 1st district going towards the Republicans, all of New York going to the Democrats, the 19th, the 22nd going to the Democrats, but then the 27th and 24th going towards the Republicans. In North Carolina, the 2nd and the 13th polls show that the Republican incumbents are leading, but then in the 9th, Robert Pittenger was defeated in his primary, and it looks like Democrats are going to pull that one off at the end of the day. In Ohio, many competitive races, the 14th, the 12th, the 1st. I'm actually giving all the competitive races the lean over to the Republicans. In Oregon, yeah, there's no competitive races there. In Pennsylvania, we're back here again, the 1st district in Pennsylvania. Brian Fitzpatrick has held a narrow lead in polls. I would give a slight edge over to him. I don't know why I keep deleting the 538 tab. If we go into Pennsylvania first, they give the incumbent Brian Fitzpatrick slight lean. I wouldn't be surprised if Scott Wallace could pull it off, but at the end of the day, you never know with these sort of things. Wrapping things up, we're going to go to Texas, then Utah, then Virginia, then Washington, West Virginia, and Wisconsin. So, starting out in Texas, everyone's talking about Beto O'Rourke. The 23rd, I have going to Will Hurd, the Republican. Could go either way, but I think that the Republicans are going to narrowly do that one. But I think the Democrats can take down Pete Sessions. I feel that the polling data especially has been pretty close, and, yeah. Utah 4. A poll came out showing Ben McAdams, the Democrat, up 7 points. I don't think he's going to win by 7 points, but I think this is going to be one hotly contested race. We go into Utah 4. They actually give the Democrat there the edge because of that poll there. The Republican has always had the lead. It's narrowed in recent times. Then it really got pretty much tied, and now the Democrat is starting to lead. It could go either way, but I really, it's just going to be one hotly contested race, that 4th district in Utah. Virginia, Dave Bratt, I see going down, even though he went right up after he scored that stunning upset primary to Eric Cantor. I think that Abigail Spanberger will be the next congresswoman from Virginia. So if we go to Virginia, I believe it's the 7th. Yes, the 7th. There we go. They give the Republican the slight edge. I would not be surprised at all if Spanberger was able to pull it off. In Barbara Comstock's seat, I see the Democrats picking that one up. Not a big deal, but they're already counting on that one. In Virginia too, Scott Taylor looks like he's going to pull it off at the end of the day. In Washington, I believe we have one competitive district. I'm putting it towards the Republicans. Dave Richert, I see losing that one. 2 more states to go. West Virginia, I see Richard Ojeda pulling it off. I really, really do. The energy is on his side, most definitely. I see him pulling it off. Not easily, but if we go into... I will do a bit of a rant on this one because I have a big disagreement with 538 on this one. Their classic forecast has Richard Ojeda with a 11 percentage points chance of victory. West Virginia 3rd District. West Virginia 3rd. If you average out all the polls that have been done, we have these two cancel out, and then that one and that one bring it up. Right, so these two cancel out, and then that one and that one, that brings Miller's lead to 11, and then that. So it's basically a toss-up. It's a toss-up. Trump won the district by 49 points. I cannot believe how impressive this guy is doing. 49 to a toss-up? Like, what happened? What happened? How is Richard Ojeda in play here? How is this even competitive? I do not know. I just do not know. But I think that the energy is on his side, and he can pull this one off. And I have a major disagreement with 538 on this one. I think they are totally undervaluing Richard Ojeda in this race because they had him seriously at one point in time a 6.2% chance of victory. Here we go again. So that's it. In Wisconsin, the 1st district, I give the slight tilt over to Democrat Paul Ryan losing his seat. So if we go into Wisconsin, 1st district, I see that Randy Bryce can pull this one off. I really do. And that's it for today. Thank you guys for watching this very long video. Comment down suggestions below of my final one. Unchanged, 230 to 205. There you see. And I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.